man a few times. And, yeah, add that to my belt.
How did you get involved in hunting pythons? First of all, can you bring that python head up? Let me see that python head. I need to see because I purposely didn't look.
This is actually the one that bit me. That I almost bled out in the middle of the Everglades, caught by myself in the middle of the Everglades.
Oh, my God, dude.
And
that bit you?
Yeah, yeah. And this snake, 17 foot 7 inches, 135 pounds. And that's no eggs inside of it, no meal inside of it. That's solid snake muscle. And at the time, that's about what I weighed. So it was a fair Everglades battle royale.
Oh, my God. Can I see it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, tell me the scenario. What happened?
So
I was mouth on this thing, James.
Yeah, and look at all those teeth.
Look at that. It's insane.
Yep. And that head actually has shrunk substantially from the freeze drying process. All critters freeze dried that for me, and it takes all the moisture out of it and really shrinks down. So I was out hunting the Everglades. I was actually out in my 14-foot John boat by myself, and I was checking spoil islands out there. These islands were dug maybe 100 years ago or more when they dug the canal. They were made 100 years ago when they were digging the canal. And they've been up there, gaining vegetation, getting real nasty, and a lot of these critters come up on them to breed, to feed, and to nest. And I was out there looking for, a python like I normally do, and I came across her. I knew immediately when I saw her that she was very large, possibly the largest python I've captured. And I could only see the back half of her, maybe like the back third of her. But I could tell she was a monster. My heart is pounding. I'd be lying to you if I said it wasn't. But, my main fear in a situation like that is not that this snake's going to kill me. I'm confident in how to handle these animals, confident in my ability. But I'm worried this thing's going to get the best of me, overpower me, and possibly I lose it. It gets away into the swamp to eat more of our native wildlife. Coming across an animal like this, even with the situation we're in the Everglades, is still a once-in-a-lifetime, opportunity. It really is. I've caught a number of them, but I spend a lot of time out there. So I'm getting ready to capture this snake, building myself up to it. The safest way to go about it is to find the head, grab the head with both my hands, and keep her from coiling on me, wrapping around me. I can't find her head. Her head's buried in vegetation, buried in the maiden cane. I just can't see it, and she's working her way slowly off the island. So I know I got to quickly do something. I'm afraid if I get closer to her head, I'm going to spook her, and she's going to try to start moving away. I grab onto her tail, and this is kind of a bad situation to be in, especially with all the thick vegetation. These snakes can easily overpower you and will actually drag you out into the swamp. There's just no stopping it. It intertwines in all the weeds and just drags you. So I know grabbing this thing, my goal is to piss it off and get it to start striking at me where I can see that head and grab a hold of that head. Otherwise, this thing's gone. So I get a hold of it and it starts dragging me. It's pulling me off the island.
So is it wrapped around you? Or
No. It's stretched out. And
you're hanging on.
I'm hanging on to it. Yeah, this thing's eating alligators, eating deer. It's the biggest thing out here. It's not worried about nothing. It's not scared. You know what I mean? It's kind of seeing what I'm doing. So I got a hold of it, and it's starting to.
You wearing gloves?
No.
How are you able to really grab it?
If I had gloves on, I wouldn't be able to grab it. I need my bare hands to be able to work and feel everything, have the grip. Gloves will just get in the way.
You need something with like a texture to it?
I don't want any of that. I don't want any of that. They just get in the way. So I got the snake dragging me out into the swamp, losing this battle. I'm able to dig my heels down into the limestone that I'm standing on, the limestone island, and I'm I'm able to stop her. I'm not gaining on her, but I got her stopped, and we're kind of in this Everglades tug of war right now. And she starts to get pissed off. She starts hissing. She starts turning around on me. And this is what I want, but I gotta not get bit. You know what I mean? A snake this size, to my advantage, they're slower than a smaller snake. They have a lot of body mass. They're gonna tire out quickly, and her strikes aren't gonna be lightning fast. So she's striking at me. I'm dodging her strikes. Everything's going good.
Floyd Mayweather out there.
And yeah, doing a little duck and weave. Everything's going good. Normally when a snake strikes, it's going to strike out, recoil back, get ready, strike again, recoil back. That's how they strike. That's how they get that power to recoil the body. So it struck. I dodged it. It recoils back like a third of the way and hits me with this little sneak attack strike that I wasn't expecting. The snake is anywhere from 10 to 20 years or more old. So it's been around the block. It's a smart snake. And, snakes don't normally do that. I think she kind of knew what she was doing. She struck. She got me on my arm, got an artery, got some veins coming off my artery. And that doesn't do it justice at all. Their teeth they're punctures. So, they're like needles. So they puncture down deep. But you can see that top one gets right into my main vein, and the real bad one was on the top of my arm that you can't see, where it's on this, I think it's an artery, I may be wrong, coming on the top of my arm. And I got very lucky. Normally when they bite, they latch on, and she would have latched on, she would have wrapped around me, and I would have been in a very, very bad situation being out there by myself. Thank the good Lord, I had him on my side that day. She struck, she bit. I was able to grab her head, and I don't know if it's how I pushed it forward and pulled her off or what, because all their teeth are recurved like fish hooks almost, kind of. Got her right off of me. Grabbed her head, pushed her off of me. She didn't latch on. She was trying to bite again. Maybe that's she didn't think she had a good bite, and she was trying to regrip. But I got lucky. Now I have her head. I'm bit. I'm spraying blood all over the Everglades, but I have her head. So now my main thing is controlling her without exerting myself too much. Because every time I'm doing anything, I mean, it's I've never seen blood come out of my body like this. Right. Really. My heart's pounding, adrenaline's going, and my main thing is just to stay calm. I don't think I'm necessarily going to bleed to death. I mean, the amount of blood I'm seeing across my mind, but I really don't think I'm going to bleed to death. I'm worried about blacking out from blood loss, heat, exerting myself. What's this snake going to do if I black out? It's going to wrap around me. It's going to kill me, 100%.
Right.
I don't think it'd necessarily be able to swallow me and eat me, maybe, but it could definitely kill me. So I'm really trying to control my heart rate, trying not to exert myself. The snake's biting at me, going nuts. You can see the video on my YouTube of where I'm just covered in blood. And I have a snake bag with me to put whatever snake I was planning on catching in the bag. This snake is way too big for that bag. So I actually am able to use that bag to tie off my arm and kind of do a little redneck.
While you're holding it down?
Yeah, why? I got the head in one hand, and I'm tourniqueting my arm. I think it was like this, tourniqueting my arm with the other, and got my arm cinched shut, kind of got the bleeding under control, and I was able to kind of collect myself. The snake is pretty much worn out at this point. She's cold-blooded, so they gas out after about a 10-minute fight. She's like a limp noodle. So I'm kind of just laying on her, catching my breath. Now I got to get her back to my boat where I can put a bullet in her head. Because I don't just walk around out there with a gun. All these snakes I catch alive, put them in a bag, and it's just easier to not have a gun on me.
Jesus.
And
why would it be so hard to have a gun right there?
Well, I'm literally crawling through cane and sawgrass, and it gets snagged. You can lose a gun very easily, and it's just it's in the way. And 99.9% of the time, I'm not going to need one. And especially me, I'm the kind of guy where if I come across a 30-foot snake, you know, which pythons don't get that big. Let's say I come across a 30-foot snake, something crazy. I ain't shooting it. I want to catch it. You know, that's what I'm all about.
Oh my God, this is you after this thing bit you.
Yeah, this is right where I'm getting ready to try to tourniquet my arm.
Holy shit, man! And you're filming this.
Yeah, I got my shoulder cam on, and then I put a GoPro on the ground.
This is wild.
And you know, normally I don't always get great I mean, I get pretty good footage with my cell phone, my shoulder cam, but like I was set up this day, and I knew I had my GoPro running when this thing bit me.
Are you cinching up at the top of your arm, above the wound?
Above the wound. Okay. Above the wound. Yep, above the wound. And, you know, to be honest with you, the first thought that went through my mind when that thing bit me, and I have all these cameras going, and I see all this blood, is this video's definitely going viral. Just don't die.
It would really go viral if you died.
Yeah, I'm sure it would have.
Yeah.
Found GoPro footage.
So now you have to carry this thing out while you're holding onto its head.
Yeah.
Wow, she really is like a limp noodle.
While it's still alive.
She really is like a wimp noodle.
Yeah, she's gassed out. She is done.
That's insane.
She is done.
Wow, man. That's some man shit right there, son. Not a lot of human beings are capable of doing that and just keeping it together. It's creeping me out just watching you hold on to that thing as you're walking through the woods with it.
What I think it is more than anything, and you know, I hate to kind of take away from myself, but it's what we're taught as kids. You know, we're taught to be fearful of snakes, that they're this evil, dangerous thing. And I can't tell you, I think that's why I've been so successful on social media, is these people, they just freak out watching these snakes. You know, they can't believe it. And they're not really that crazy. They're really not.
I think you're just used to them. I think they're really fucking crazy. There's a reason why they're only in one state like this. Look at the size of that thing, man. That thing's enormous. And they eat alligators.
Oh, yeah.
I think they would eat you.
I've really rescued 3 alligators from pythons.
Wow.
That's actually how I started my social media, is I made the news, went kind of viral for rescuing an alligator from a python. I had a guy out on a guided hunt with me. He recorded it, videotaped it, and it, you know, made the news. And a local clothing brand, Flowgrown in Florida, made my Instagram, made my social media, and was like, dude, you got to start using it. You know, we'll send you clothes. And that's really how it all got started.
That's crazy. That's how it got started. That's amazing. Look at these things.
And this was the smallest of the 3 I've rescued. It was the 3rd one that we finally got on video, because I never used to really record anything.
Imagine how fucking confused alligators must be. Like, I thought we were at the top. We were at the top forever.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
What happened?
Yeah.
What the fuck is going on?
2023, times are changing.